Okay, record.
Hi, everyone. My name is Valerie Salter. I'm from the Toronto Centre, and this is my poster on being with cancer. It was January of 2019 that I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I had a very large 4-inch tumor and a whole lot of other smaller ones. And I remember thinking at the time, I was very surprised. I thought, me, I have cancer? That's, I hadn't expected that. And then I really got really clear at that point that being upset, being worried, crying, whatever, that I have cancer, it's just what's so. And none of that would make any difference. Then some of the distinctions from the wisdom course really permeated my being. And the first one was, it is just what's so. Then the next one was, suffering is optional. And I thought, that's it. I'm not going to suffer with this. I even said to my husband, I'm not going to suffer with this. And then I remember Rumi's poem. It's one of my favorites, Guest House. This is my guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Welcome and entertain it all. Be grateful for whatever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. And that's when I thought, I'm not going to suffer. I'm going to choose to have cancer. I'm going to choose this as my guide in life, as my teacher. And I had many, many things to learn from it. The whole world of possibilities certainly opened up when I chose not to suffer. So I embraced it and I began to look. Every day I looked for, what was it teaching me? It taught me a lot about trust. I learned to trust my body. I trusted my incredible oncologist and the team of workers there. I was told that I'd have to have 7 chemotherapy treatments, 3-hour chemotherapy treatments, and a major operation. And I trusted my whole entire team. I also learned that I was surrounded by love. I had such incredible love from my family, from my dear friends that took me places, and it was a wonderful time, actually. And we brought fun and play to this too. This was the really exquisite part of it. My husband and I treated it like this exciting adventure. So every 3 weeks I had to go twice for blood work, once for blood work and once for my 3-hour chemotherapy. And so my husband and I would get up early in the morning and we'd get coffee and tea and we'd get into the car and we'd take the long route through the country and up through the escarpment, through orchards and through vineyards. And then when we got there, when we did my 3-hour chemo, my husband would get us a picnic lunch and we'd sit in the chemo room having a lovely picnic lunch, and then we'd do crosswords. And then sometimes we would come on the way home, we'd stop at a lovely inn. So it became one of these really wonderful times. We looked forward to it. I actually looked forward to my chemotherapy. And on the way there, we'd hold hands in the car. And so it was one of those really beautiful, joyful times. We brought play to it, we brought fun to it. My son was wonderful. So I truly embraced that whole experience. It was an experience that I wouldn't change for anything. I really loved having it. I know it sounds bizarre to say that, but it was an extraordinary time. Is there a time, so I'm just going to reach out to people, and is there a time, is there any place in your life now even that you can't bring play to, that you're suffering from?
I'll go, Valerie. It makes me think of the time my time with my sister right now, where she has schizophrenia, she has, you know, she's untreated and dealing with like a lot of suffering that goes with that. And I notice I suffer along with her. And what I can see and hear and what you're sharing is that I could bring play to that, like how I approach my conversations with her could be a lot more playful in a way that would relieve, you know, if it relieves my suffering about her condition, it could actually do something for her too, you know, bring her ability to be with what she has to deal with to a different place, a more playful place. So that's how I can see it apply to my
Wow,
life.
that's so great. How about you, Gloria?
This is such a powerful conversation. My son was terminally ill, and I couldn't be with What's So, but I realized that he was being with What's So, and I wasn't helping him or joining him on the journey unless I got onto the page of What's So. And because of the landmark form, I got to What's So. And then in the distinctions of the wisdom course, I got that suffering is optional. And that just gave me goosebumps to think, oh my goodness, he's not choosing suffering, his mother is. And that broke me open and gave me a place to look for a way to bring play, fun, and ease into my son's terminal illness. And we were in a community where hundreds and hundreds of people knew he was dying. So that was the conversation. And because of the wisdom course, I was able to go looking for play, fun, and ease. And as a family, we chose to take our son swimming with dolphins during the March break. So in a conversation of well-being in our community, we created his well-being so that he could fly with us to Florida with his friends, driving ahead, and we could celebrate his well-being. And it worked. In fact, it worked so well, he lived a year longer, and we got to go swim with dolphins twice. Each time when we took him out of the water after his time with the dolphins, he was hysterical with joy. He couldn't stop laughing. It was remarkable to see fun, play, and ease. And that's the memory we have of our life with him, the joy. It's a great way to look at a terminal illness. It changed our lives, and it's continued to shape our community. So thank you for this wonderful poster, Valerie.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining me here. And there's a quote that I'd like to quote from Viktor Frankl. He said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." And so I chose to have embraced and enjoy the journey. And it was remarkable. It was a remarkable journey. So if there's anyone else out there that comes to this and sees it, I would love to know where in your life that you can't be with something, that you can't bring play to it, that you can't, that you are suffering. And you can just email me. I would love to hear from you. Thank you.